Hi team, this is Marie from LearnLeague. This lesson is going to be on equivalent ratios. In our introductory lesson about ratios, we said that a ratio can, and should, be written in simplest form. For example, 8 to 6 can be written in simplest form as 4 to 3, simply by dividing both 8 and 6 by 2. 8 to 6 and 4 to 3 are thus said to be equivalent ratios. We can use a variety of different methods to help us determine if two ratios are equivalent. One method is to use models. For example, we can use models to determine if 1 to 3 and 2 to 6 are equivalent. The strategy is to try to separate 2 to 6 into groups of 1 to 3. First, let's model 1 to 3 using big stars and little stars. Next, let's model 2 to 6 using big stars and little stars. Finally, try to separate the model for 2 to 6 into groups of 1 to 3. Can we do it? Hey, look! Because there are no ungrouped stars, 2 to 6 and 1 to 3 are equivalent. Another way to tell whether two ratios are equivalent is to use cross multiplication. To cross multiply, first write the ratios as fractions. Then multiply the numerator of each ratio by the denominator of the other ratio. The resulting products are called the cross products of the ratios. If the cross products are equal, the ratios are equivalent. What I love about cross multiplication is that it can be used to determine a missing value. We go through the same process, only this time with a variable in place of one of the values. We multiply the numerator of each ratio by the denominator of the other ratio. We find the cross products, and then solve for x. A third way to determine equivalence is using a table. In order to keep track of the ratio of eggs to cups of rice in my mom's fried rice recipe, I can make a table such as this. How many cups of rice does my mom need if she uses 4 eggs? The strategy is to look for a rule that relates the number of eggs, here x, and the number of cups of rice, here y, and to use that rule to write an equivalent ratio. If you look closely, you'll notice that 1 times 2 is equal to 2. Maybe the rule is to multiply the number of eggs by 2. Let's see if that works for the other ratios. Let's see. 2 times 2 is 4. Hey! 3 times 2 is 6. Hey! Fantastic! Let's write a rule that describes the pattern we just saw. The number of cups of rice, y, equals 2 times the number of eggs, x. Y is equal to 2x. Once we have a rule, we find the missing value in the table simply by substituting in our known value. If my mom uses 4 eggs, x is equal to 4, and if we do a little math, we'll find that y is equal to 8. The ratio is thus 4 to 8. In simplest form, 4 to 8 equals 1 to 2. It is thus equivalent. Alright. If my mom uses 4 eggs, she's going to need 8 cups of rice. A final way to determine ratio equivalence is to plot the values on our table onto a coordinate grid. If the ratios of x to y are equivalent, the points will lie along the same straight line. Here, we've plotted 1 to 2 and 2 to 4. Here, we've graphed a line for the ordered pairs. If you extend the line, you'll notice that all the possible ratio combinations of eggs to rice show up. Isn't that neat? Alright, now you know a variety of different ways to determine ratio equivalence. Perfect. I'll talk to you soon.